We have got one of the top, not just running backs, top players in the country jumping on the show today. Let's talk Amari Latimer. Let's pick his brain about his game and what recruitment looks like for him on Wisconsin. Let's go.
You are Locked On Badgers, your daily podcast on the Wisconsin Badgers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is going on, Badger fans? Welcome to Locked On Badgers, your team every single day, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. I'm your host, Ryan Harings. Today's show, we're not going to waste any time, man. We got Amari Latimer jumping on the show. We are excited for this. It's brought to you by FanDuel. New customers bet $5 get $200 in bonus bets or at FanDuel.com. Amari, man, welcome to the show. I am stoked for this one. Again, 5'11", 210-pound running back Tyrone Georgia, four-star composite guy, offers from Georgia, Texas, Michigan, Florida, and like 30 others. So really excited to have you on the show, man, coming off an official visit to Wisconsin. I want to start here. Scout your game. How would you describe your game?
I'd say I have like a complete balance of almost everything you look for in a running back, from size to speed to ability to make people miss an open field. I feel like I got almost everything.
You know, we were talking before the show. How would you rank your game in some of the EA Sports categories? Like if you're in that game, what about power? What about trucking?
Power trucking, I'd probably rate myself like a 90, 95.
That's one of the first things. We're going to put the film up too so people can kind of watch the film while you and I talk about this. What about speed?
Speed, I'll give myself like a 85.
Do you feel like that's an underrated part of your game?
Most definitely. I feel like people don't realize how good I move until they actually like either seeing me in person or like actually playing against me. So I use that as to an advantage for sure.
You know, one of the things I asked you before the show, because there's some clips on here where you see that power. Again, the film's up if you're watching on YouTube, where you just, I said it before, you send people to the shadow realm sometimes with your power. Is there ever a time where 5 yards away you're trying to juke a guy, or are you just trying to run everybody over?
It's definitely in different situations. Like here, I ain't gonna lie, they were talking a lot of mess to me, so I just had to give it to them. Not gonna lie.
Wait, I'm gonna go back to that one kid. That this team right here that they were talking mess to you. Was that guy in particular talking mess to you that you just dropped?
Nah, it was like their whole team. Like I get that a lot. Like when we start playing teams, they be like, "Oh, you ain't finna put 100 on us." Da, 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 da. So I gotta show them.
Let me ask you this, man. When did you first realize, like in your journey to play football, when did you first realize I could be a high-level football player?
I think it was my 9th grade year during spring. Like I was in 8th grade going to 9th grade. We had a lot of D1 players. One at Michigan State. You know, my brother, the one at Wisconsin. You had Caleb Koss. He's at North Carolina. A lot of guys that could play, that could go. I was making my fair share of plays against them, so I felt like I was gonna become something good if I just kept doing what I'm doing and kept working.
Well, I know you played linebacker too. I mean, speaking of which, a clip comes up right here. When did you decide like running back is it? Because you have the physicality to play linebacker as well.
I kind of figured it was running back just off of like I knew I wasn't gonna be like six, like I wasn't gonna be over 6 foot, so it was just like I mean, you could still. They told me like I could still play both, but like whatever one they offer you is just what you gonna do. And so that kind of got that mindset, and I just took off at running back. So yes, sir.
What about again, watching the film here, what are you working on right now? Because obviously everybody's always in the lab. I know you work out a ton. We talked about that a little bit just through text. What are you working on now in your game?
Definitely my speed. Definitely like one cut and get upfield, trying to separate from the defense. So like I want to be able to beat angles that defenses have on me. So that's definitely one thing I've been working on.
And who are you working on that with? Do you have like some positional coaches, your high school guys? Like, what does that look like for you working on that speed?
So yeah, I really work with my dad with most of my speed stuff, speed agility stuff. My brother come home, he worked with us too. I was on working with the track team at one point. And also my trainer, I'll go every Sunday, Andre Powell, pass training. Yeah, you got a good group of kids come in and work. So yes, sir.
What about your hands? Another thing that you see on film at times, you're a pretty good receiver out of the backfield. Talk about that aspect of playing running back for you.
So I've always been like a natural pass catcher, but as I seen like Saquon, CMC, the more I seen that, it was like, okay, I need to be able to catch out the backfield, and that's what we emphasize in my training the most, being a receiver at running back. So somebody that you could put out there, put outside, and just go get the ball. So and be able to run routes. So that was pretty big.
Let me talk to you about your brother a little bit. You mentioned he's at Wisconsin, cornerback.
Mhm.
If you line up outside and I put him on you in coverage, are you getting off on him? Is he gonna stop you? Like, well, what does that look like? Because you guys have probably done that before.
Yeah, most definitely. That's yeah. We go against each other all the time. We be going at it when he come home. So um, it'll definitely be hard, but but yeah, it would be a stalemate for sure.
I would love to talk just a little bit more about him because I don't know if Badger fans know a lot about him yet. He just got here
Mhm.
this season, came from Jacksonville State. What kind of competitor and what kind of person are Badger fans getting with your older brother?
Oh man, they're getting a dog. Someone that will, as my dad would say, rather die than lose, which is true. He hates losing. He gonna give you your all. He gonna mesh well with the teammates. So that's big, and just a straight up good guy, and just yeah, somebody's gonna come every day and work, which everybody loves to be around. So yes, sir.
What's that like growing up with an older brother like that? Was that someone that you looked up to? That someone that you kind of lean on for advice?
Oh yeah, most definitely. So my ninth grade year, I spent like the whole summer with him. I think that's why I got as mature as I did. I stopped playing around as much, but I started taking everything seriously because yeah, he put it to where it's just like you gotta do this, gotta do that, and if you want to be something or do whatever you want, you got to make sacrifices, and so that's where I really got everything from. Him and my dad, of course.
How cool is that as a younger brother to see him kind of uh, prove himself at a place like Jacksonville State and then make that jump to the Big Ten in a place like Wisconsin? I know you were with him on his official visit
Mhm.
up to Madison. What was that like to see him experience that?
Man, it was big. It was just like shoot, because my brother, he's always been like a little guy. Like when he was in ninth grade, he might have been like 5 foot, 5'1", and he had a big growth spurt his 10th through 11th or his 10th grade year. And so really just seeing his journey and just what he overcome is like almost like if he could do it, like I could definitely do it, and just if I put my best foot forward and go every day and work. So is there.
That's phenomenal, man. Let me shift back to you a little bit. What do you think or want your teammates to say about you? What kind of teammate are you, and what kind of teammate do you try to be?
I'll say my teammates would say I'm helpful. I help. Like anything I learn, I'll dish it out to the other running backs. Last year we didn't have a lot of running backs, but this year we got quite a few. So I try to help. If I see something that they're not doing as well in that I'm good in, I will help. And just vice versa. If they see me not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, then they can say something to me. Like I don't want to be that star guy that's like cocky or something like that. So I try to talk to everybody and hear everybody out.
Finishing up on here, and we still get your film up, so if people are watching, they're able to see, all the clips. What's the best football game you've played? Like your coming out party, your breakout party. You're like, man, at the end of that, I just balled out in that game.
My 10th grade year, the first game of the season, yeah. I ran for 274 yards and 25 carries. Yeah, that was a game.
What is it like post game? Having a game like that where you drop almost 300 on the team. What do you do after the game? Do you go celebrate somewhere? Do you reflect on it? Do you watch film?
It depends after every game. It depends on if it's home or away. If it's away, I go straight home. But if it's or if it's home, I mean if it's away, it depends on how far we got to get back to the school and things of that nature. But if it's home, I probably go hang out with the guys at Waffle House because we got like a Waffle House like 3 minutes away. So yeah, that's the place.
That's phenomenal. We're going to take a quick second here with Amari Latimer, again, big time talent in this 2026 class, and talk about his recruiting journey a little bit and the connection to Wisconsin. That's coming up next on Locked On Badgers. But first, a quick second for our friends of the show. And a quick second, as always, say thank you for tuning in to Locked On Badgers. Today's episode brought to you by our great friends over at FanDuel. I've talked about FanDuel before. Absolutely phenomenal service. Again, NBA playoffs are going on. You got the finals. MLB is going on. It is a great place to go get in on any of that action. Always do it responsibly. But right now, whether you're into parlays, teasers, futures, spreads, whatever it is, maybe take that Wisconsin over 5.5. That's what I'm doing over on FanDuel.com. New customers, if you sign up now, head over there to FanDuel.com, place a $5 bet, and you can get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA and the official sports betting partner of the Locked On Podcast Network. All right, let's jump back in with Amari. And again, really, really grateful for the time. I know you got a lot of stuff going on as always. Where can people follow your journey? I want to start there. Social media, where can people follow what you got going on?
Definitely Instagram. I definitely got to start posting more things on Twitter or X, as you would say, but it's definitely Instagram. I post almost everything about my life. So, yeah.
Let's talk about the recruiting journey, man. When was the first time a coach reached out, or the first time someone said, "Hey, man, I think this is a Division I thing. Maybe you can come play here"? What was that like?
Ooh. The spring game after it was the day after my spring game going into my 10th grade. Well, it's always like a lot of people around the Sandy Creek area that's already been at the level I want to be at, as far as Shaq Wiggins, Rashad Amos. I train with him a lot, and things of that nature. They always tell me I had the skill, just keep working and just keep my head down. Cause I've seen a lot of people outside of me like getting offers like I'm like, dang, like when I'm gonna get offered, like he didn't even play as a freshman, stuff like that. And it was just like, bro, especially my dad, he was just like, he wasn't even trying to hear it. He was just like, bro, I don't really care about what everybody else is doing. You gotta do what you need to do so you can get to where you want to be. It ain't about everybody else. So yeah, that was.
Let me ask you this, man. Is it more pressure playing when you don't have those offers yet because you feel like you have to prove yourself, or is it more pressure playing when you have those offers because now you feel like you got to validate what everybody's seeing in you?
It's most definitely playing with the offers. You got to uphold your standard for every game, which I love doing because it's just another game for me or another opportunity to play football and just go stupid. So I love that.
Let's talk now about the connection to Wisconsin. Obviously, one of the schools that's offered you among many, many great options. What has your brother told you about the school specifically? How has that played into this recruitment?
He told me that they're gonna coach you hard. It's not gonna be easy, but when you get your opportunity, take full go all gas, no brakes, don't stop. Because if you do, it's other people, three other people that want your spot, and they're not gonna just give you the spot. So everything that's there, you got to work for. And then he like wearing number one, and I was like. What they told me is they got to earn number one when they get there. So nobody really got number one. So it was like, oh, okay. So yeah, it's real work down there.
And then talk to me about Coach Spalding, obviously the running backs coach. What is that relationship like? What is he like as a coach?
Yeah, when I first met Coach Spalding, he had a lot of energy. And I was like, man, this dude crazy. But as I got to know him more and more, it's become a great relationship. I'm cool with his family. He's cool with mine. It's become like almost like, yeah.
Is he a guy you could see playing for? Again, you still have a big decision to make, but is he the type of coach you could see playing for?
Yes, sir, most definitely.
And is there anybody else on the Wisconsin staff, whether it's maybe Coach Zilm, Coach Grimes, anyone else that you've talked a lot that you've built a good relationship with?
Coach Zilm.
What is he like?
Man, I love Coach Zilm. That's one guy I tell almost everything to. Every time we talk, it's always laughs. It's never a dull moment with Coach Zilm for sure.
And then coming off the official visit to Wisconsin, first of all, were you in the laser tag?
Yeah, I was.
How'd you do?
Man, it was kind of weird because like the where you had to shoot somebody else's gun. And like I'm trying to snipe, but it wasn't working. I ain't do good.
It sounds like you got kind of mopped up there.
Yeah, I did. It was bad.
So outside of laser tag, man, what was Madison? I know it's not your first time there, but what was the official visit like? What was the vibe coming off that weekend?
Sure, it was fun. I got to go down State Street and all that with my brother and my brother's friends. So it was really good. I loved it. Not gonna lie.
Anybody else you hung out with in the running back room? Have you talked to some of those guys that are on campus?
Yes, I forgot his name. The Gideon. Yeah, Gideon.
Oh, Gideon Atuka. Yeah. What is he like?
He's real cool. He's hilarious. He's hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody I could definitely see myself being friends with. Yeah.
Let me ask you just about maybe the fit now. Obviously, we watch film. I've seen film of you. You are a power back with speed, with vision. Does the fit work with Wisconsin? Did they talk about, hey, this is how we want to use running backs going forward?
Oh, so yeah. So we had a little segment of that where I had a talk with Coach Grimes and Coach Spalding of like what they're trying to do in the future, and everything about it just says like, yeah, that's something I can play in. Like as far as throwing the ball out the backfield and run schemes, yeah, I like it for sure.
Let me ask you a couple, and again, very appreciative of the time, a couple big picture recruiting questions. Do you look at recruiting rankings? Do they bother you? Is it white
So,
noise to you?
so it used to bother it used to bother me like more when it first came out because that's what really had me mad when I was in 10th grade. I ran for 274. I was like that summer they came out with like the rankings and I was like I was low. I wasn't even in the top 300. So I'm like, yeah, but nah. They like half these dudes. I was like, I've done in camps and all that stuff. So it was just like, bro. So that season was just like, oh yeah, yeah. And then I stopped looking at it more and more because it's just like, because the more I look at it, it make me angry. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
No, I'll tell you this, and I'm not just telling you this to gas you up because you're on the show. I had somebody reach out to me and say, that's the most underrated running back in the country. There's no reason he's not a clear 4 or 5-star type guy. I don't think my ego could have taken recruiting rankings if I was in your spot because I think you're underrated. Do you look at running backs ahead of you ever and say, without naming any names, but like, I think I'm better than that guy?
I watched all 20 guys that they say are better running backs to me, and none of them had the film I got. So, I mean, that's my opinion, but I mean, it is what it is.
No, that's real. Give me the worst part about the recruiting process because I know there's a lot of great stuff, but you're also constantly pulled and pushed in
Yeah.
different directions. What's the worst part?
I mean, the worst part I would say is at one point it was like a lot of I was getting like a lot of attention. Like I was getting calls every day, text messages like every second. But I mean, that's kind of what we prayed for and stuff. So it's a blessing. But I'll say that's probably like the worst thing, or worst I'll say the most probably annoying. But yeah.
What's the best part of it?
Best part, going on campus, going to game days, just getting a chance to see all the coaches, see the fans. I love game days though. Yeah, I love game days.
Last question here on the recruiting side, and then I have a few lightning round questions. We'll get you out of here. Again, want to be super respectful of your time. Do you have a rough timeline that you're trying to make a decision in? Again, there's a ton of great options and offers you have. Is there a spot where you're hoping to be able to settle into, or is that still up to be decided?
I will be making my decision June 28th or 29th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you one more question because this fascinates me. You have offers, again, 30, 40 plus schools, some incredible offers, Wisconsin among them. How do you even go about narrowing down that list?
So it was hard narrowing it down. I had a lot of great relationship with coaches. I really just started with like how I talk to the head coach, just things of that nature. Like some schools still wanted me to come to camp and I wasn't camping again. So not to be cocky or anything, but it was just like it was no need, if that makes sense. And yeah, so how the head coach just coming and watching practices, how they move, how coaches talk to deal with the kids, things of that nature. How the running back room read each other. Like, do they work off of each other, or like is it real competition to the point where like they're beefing? If that makes sense. So I took a lot into account to chop down my decision.
Wow, that's phenomenal, man. We're going to take one more very quick break, come back with lightning round questions and get Amari out on that. Really do appreciate everybody. As always, today's episode brought to you by our following friends of the show. And as always, want to say thank you for tuning into Locked On Badgers. Let's get Amari back in here and just finish up this segment really quick. And again, super grateful for the time, man. You ready for some lightning round questions? Finish this off?
Yes, sir.
What's your comfort food? Something where you got to eat to feel better.
Bacon. I love bacon.
Love it. What's the hardest you've ever been hit? Like, what's the most physical game you've ever played? And do you remember?
The most physical? I would definitely say that Cedar Grove team my 9th grade year. Yeah.
How about your basketball game? How would you grade your basketball game? Because I know you're a hooper too.
Yes, sir. I say I'm pretty good. I'm more like a slash and playmaker. I shoot a little bit. I shoot when I'm open, and if I'm open, it's going down. But I'm not trying to shoot at the 3-point line though.
If I gave you 10 open shots from the 3-point line, how many are you making?
8 for sure.
Oh, okay, that works. Give me a mentor in life, and we talked about your brother, your father. Is there somebody else? Maybe who else is you've really looked up to in life?
I'll say definitely my granddad and my uncle. Those are also 2 people I told about almost everything. So yeah, most definitely.
What's a hidden talent? Like something you do outside of sports?
I'm good at Call of Duty. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm great at it. Yeah.
Give me a running back that you model your game after, or somebody you look up to.
Definitely Alvin Kamara, and I like Saquon too.
Give me your goal year one. So wherever you end up going, what do you hope to accomplish year one?
I hope I can get to a weight where I'm comfortable at, stronger, and I want to be able to get on the field and produce. Get some reps at running back, even if I'm not starting. Yeah, for sure.
Goals for your senior season.
My senior season in college or right now?
In high school. Yep. What you got coming up?
I definitely want to have over 2,500 all-purpose yards for sure.
I love it. The best thing about your hometown?
Ooh, best thing? I say Trilla. Trilla is a fun spot. Yeah, I love Trilla.
Last question here, man. And again, really appreciate it. What is your message for whichever college ends up getting you? What kind of player in person are they getting in Amari Latimer?
They're getting somebody that's going to come and work every day. You're getting somebody that's not going to back down in competition, and you're getting somebody that's going whatever you need me to do, whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do it as hard as I can and as hard as possible as I need to. So, yes, sir.
Dude, I love it. He is Amari Latimer. Go check him out on socials. We'll post those in the show notes as well. Big time 2026 running back coming up on his decision in a couple weeks here, 2 or 3 weeks. Amari, thank you so much for jumping on the show, man. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.